Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. It's good to see you. So, I wanted to talk today a little bit about the rumors surrounding Ben Affleck and his not or will return as Bruce Wayne Batman after the Justice League movie, which of course has already been filmed. Now, obviously there are always rumors, rumination, and speculation circulating around whenever you're talking about superhero movies, castings, directors, things that are going on. No one knows because no one says. No one has told us exactly what has been going on with any of these situations, except when we hear something like Ben Affleck saying he's dropping out of the director's chair. And the reason for that he gave was that the demands of the character were so great and it was so important to so many people that he really needed to concentrate on the physicality and the capturing of who this character is for the audience, because he really wants to do it right for them. Now, that's the statement he's given. That, of course, could be backed by all of his handlers, his publicists, his agents, his people that want him to be represented well, and also Warner Brothers, who maybe doesn't want to get any bad word out about what's going on. They've already had their issues. They've already been critically dumped on for both movies that have come out in the expanded DCU. Again, I don't count Suicide Squad. Don't yell at me that it counts. Doesn't matter what I think. It's part of the plethora of films that are coming out for the expanded universe, which started with Man of Steel. I get it. I just don't really count it. From everything I've heard, it feels extremely different from anything that's come out. It doesn't even realistically seem to fit within the universe they've already created. And I know they want to go lighter and happier and brighter and funnier, because that's what Marvel does, and that's what seems to work. But it seems, from everything I've heard, that Suicide Squad was a swing and a miss. But on the other hand, they're going with Margot Robbie for the Gotham Sirens thing. Margot herself has said she wants to play Harley Quinn many more times. Now, Ben Affleck, perhaps, based on rumors, doesn't want to play Batman all that many times. What could be the reasons for this, and could it be true? Anything could be true. He did drop out of the director's chair, but it could also be true that he dropped out for the reason that he said, and that reason I'm actually very respectful of. The idea that it was too much work for both things to be 100%, which is where he wants them. He really wants to please the fans, according to his statement, and that by being the director, he was taking too much away from being Batman. So that's a possibility, and that's what they're going with right now. But everyone's assuming that he's going to drop out either after the first solo Batman or before it even starts filming, because they have finished with Justice League. So we will see Ben Affleck at least one more time. And Batman has been many different people over the years, even in the Tim Burton franchise, which was then taken over by Joel Schumacher. There were like 4 different Batmen. And it was supposed to be the same continuing series, and most of the time, Batman's behind a cowl. You know, going, I'm Batman! So, it almost doesn't matter who's in the mask, though I hate it when they replace actors midway through. So it would be better for me, and I thought Ben Affleck was great as Batman, if they kept him in this series. But he did make a statement a few months ago that he wasn't going to stick with directing if he didn't feel the script was strong, if they didn't really get it, if they didn't really capture it the way he thought it needed to be. He wasn't just going to do something that's crummy. Well, it's kind of sucky, but I'm here, so I'll direct it. So that's a little concerning, although it may be unrelated, especially if his statement is true, that he just wants to devote more time to being Batman. And maybe it's too much work. And he has expressed that the Nolan films are some of the greatest superhero films ever made, and that he only wants to direct one if he can at least stand somewhere around even with those. If he has a great story to tell, and if the movie's coming together well, and if he feels like he can handle it. Directing a big tentpole film has been a hesitant thing for him, and I'm sure, as I said years ago, it was part of his contract when he agreed to come back and put on tights as a superhero again, because as an actor, your feelings can get hurt, especially as Ben Affleck, who has finally built his career back up to where he's respected again. He's a director, he's part of the creative process, he's considered a great actor now, a great director now. To take on a superhero, which he had long ago swore off he would ever do again, there must have been something in the deal that made it sweet, and he must have liked the script, so he did it. Now it seems like there might be some issues, and that's why people are rumoring that he might not be coming back. If he doesn't come back, who would you like to see take on the cape and cowl? I know this is a Superman news bulletin, and I thought that there was a great chemistry, even if it was standoffish, between Bruce and Clark, Superman and Batman, and then obviously murderous toward the end. But it worked well, and I thought Ben was great as Bruce, and as always, I have thought Henry Cavill is fantastic as both Clark and Superman. So I personally would like to see these two guys interacting more. I thought it worked really well. I thought his interactions with Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman were great, and I'd like to see more of that, and we will with Justice League. For now, all we can do is take him at his word that he is just trying to devote more time to being the character and doesn't want to screw that up. So maybe he'll come back for the second Batman film to direct if this goes well and he feels he has a hold on this character. Or maybe he'll step out altogether, which is what fans are saying. A lot of people want his head on a pike and are saying, this bad guy, he isn't even thankful for, Henry Cavill loves being Superman. Gal Gadot wants to play Wonder Woman for years to come. Margot Robbie wants to play Harley Quinn for years to come. Everybody's happy with their roles. They feel pleased to be playing legendary characters. But so far, I still feel like Ben Affleck has said the right things in terms of playing Batman. We should be happy, and Batman fans should be happy that he wants to do great service to the character before he worries about things like directing. And that's all we can go on right now. Does that mean there's not a problem? Does that mean he's definitely not going to step down? Of course not. Anything could happen, and there is some cause for concern here, but not necessarily if what he says is true. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and remember, I am Batman, and my name is Ben Affleck. Always look up in the sky.